What's happening, YouTube? It's Dylan. Look, man, this world is full of mostly beta sheep, while there's a small percentage of alpha wolves roaming the earth that dominate the sheep. I think we can all agree that we want to be alpha wolves, correct? That's what we want. But it's hard to be an alpha wolf when you have that sheep beta mentality still. And you know the biggest difference to tell if you are beta sheep or an alpha wolf? It's all in your mind, man. Can you think for yourself? Ask yourself, am I able to think for myself? When I see some shit on the news, do I immediately agree with it because it's coming from Fox or CNN or whatever program you're watching? If so, you might be a beta sheep. I hate to admit it. It's all right. We all got to start somewhere. You know, that's the biggest factor in deciding if you're an alpha wolf or a beta sheep. Because remember, most people are sheep. Most people follow shit that the whole crowd goes towards, while the select few take a second to think and ask themselves questions, right? I remember when I was younger, man, I used to go to church. My family, we were church goers. And, you know, I used to love church. I used to love praying. I still pray to this day, but for my own purposes. You know, I'm not a religious guy, but I'm still close to the Most High. You know, I still pray. I stay connected. But, you know, it became a point where I got a little older. And I remember I asked like one of the church ladies who was kind of watching us while, you know, they're teaching the service or whatever. And I just like asked her, you know, I was like, hey, you know, I've been thinking about it. I just asked her, I forget what question I asked her, but I basically asked her something to question religion, right? I asked her a question which would have contradicted religion in a way. And I remember she just kind of she ignored my question. She kind of brushed me off and just continued to do whatever she was doing. And from that point on, I realized, oh, okay, so it is bullshit. All right, cool. And I didn't think much of it, but at the same time, it did open my eyes to realize that the world is heavily filled with bullshit. All right. And from that point on, you know, I've always questioned things. I always decide to keep my mind open to different possibilities, you know. And that's what's gotten me to this point in my life right now, which I'm happy where I'm at in life right now. You know, I have a business. I work for myself. I no longer have a job. You know, I date multiple women. You know, I'm not this rich celebrity or anything, but damn it, I'm living the life of my dreams so far. I do what I want. You feel me? And I want that same life for you guys, you know? And the only way to do that, man, is to be able to think for yourself, right? One day it's gonna hit you, you know? It's like in the Matrix, you know, there comes a certain point in time where you've had enough. And that's when you decide to wake up and take the red pill and and look at the truth for what it is, instead of believing the bullshit you've been believing your whole life. That's how you become an alpha wolf. That's when you start the journey of becoming an alpha wolf. You know, but until then, man, if you're just accepting life for what it is, you know, you're just accepting the bullshit that's been handed to you, that bullshit platter that's been fed to you, until you decide to say, hey, man, this platter is full of bullshit. Until that day comes, you're just another beta sheep. I hate to say it. You know, one of my favorite books, man, The Fifth Agreement, which is a sequel to the original book, The Four Agreements. Some of you may have read. The Fifth Agreement, they added a fifth agreement. Ironically, the name of the book. The fifth agreement is be skeptical, but learn to listen. All right. Now, that agreement that you can have with yourself of always being skeptical but learn to listen, man, that will save you so much time from just bullshit. Because you're not going to accept just any information thrown your way without being skeptical first, without filtering it through your mind, and not just letting it just soak up. You're not just going to suck up the information just because it's being given to you. You're going to sit back and say, let me see what this shit is talking about. Right? But look at that second part of that sentence. Be skeptical, but learn to listen. Right? Being skeptical is gonna protect you from falling for some bullshit. But learning to listen, that's the golden formula. That's the golden ticket right there to a possible new life, a possible new way of thinking. Right? And that's where the red pill comes in. That's where you see the truth. And now you just learn some shit. That's how you learn. When you listen. You feel me? That's the only way you're going to become an alpha, man. An alpha wolf. You got to listen, man. You got to keep an open mind to shit. And not just hear key words and fucking trigger your mind to thinking, oh, he said that. Oh, that means this. Oh, in my database, this keyword triggered this fucking response. I made a video yesterday, man, about masturbation, and it's funny to me, man. It really showed me the reaction I got. It really shows me that the world is definitely full of sheep. And, for this channel, I want to help you guys become the alpha wolves you're supposed to be, right? But if you're not down for it, that's cool. I need you to unsubscribe immediately. All right? Because this ain't for you. I'm trying to teach people shit that not everybody knows about. I'm not here to follow no crowd. I'm not here to follow trends and shit. I learn information that helps me, and I pass it on to you. Because it's just what I want to do. Be skeptical, please. Question what the fuck I'm talking about. But fucking listen. Just listen. And if you don't want to listen, exit the fucking video. Will you? Please. Get the fuck out of here. You goofy motherfucker. Man, I had a dude say false prophet. What the fuck? He called me a false prophet. When did I ever claim myself to be a fucking prophet? You fucking weirdo. You know who you are. Get the fuck off my channel, you fucking weirdo. Nigga looking at YouTube motherfuckers as prophets. You're a fucking loser. That's enough airtime for you. But I just had to address that. And then there's a bunch of weird motherfuckers. It's really silly, man, to see just how people think, man. People don't know how to think for themselves, right? I see it everywhere on the internet. People are mind controlled. Everybody just doesn't know how to think. Most people don't know how to think for themselves. They don't know how to do some research and look up things, on their own. They need shit handed to them, spoon fed, like fucking children. I need grown men on this channel, man. I'm not a fucking prophet. I'm here to help motherfuckers. All right? I'm just trying to lead by example. That's it. I just want motherfuckers to be great. I really do. And I hope you see my intentions. The only way to be an alpha wolf, like I said, is to keep an open mind and think for yourself. Think for yourself. Don't hear keywords and trigger that into thinking these fucking things that, you're like a robot, Be better than that, man. But I just had to get it off my chest. I really want to help you guys be the best versions of yourself. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. Hope you guys are destined to be the best you can possibly be. I know you are, but I can't help everybody, and I don't want to help everybody. I only want to help people that want to help themselves. That's it. That's all I'm here for, man. I appreciate all my day ones, all my people that have just recently subscribed to me, that are actually listening and paying attention to what I say, thinking for themselves. I appreciate you. Just trying to help you out, man. For those that don't want the help, no problem. No hard feelings. Just kindly unsubscribe and keep it pushing. Do your own thing, all right? But that's it, man. I appreciate your time. Hope you guys are staying on the path to greatness and becoming the alpha wolves you're meant to be. Fuck all that beta sheep shit, because most of the world is full of beta sheep bitches. They're roaming the earth heavy. Be careful out here, fellas, ladies too. Think for your goddamn self. All right? Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter at Dylan Shellen for questions. I love them. Keep them coming in. If you guys got suggestions, let me know. I keep an open ear. I keep an open mind. I'm always learning. I love learning shit. And I'm going to holler at y'all next time, man. Peace.